Hi there, everybody. This is Lee, and this is about Cheri Honkala, who is formerly Jill Stein's vice presidential candidate for 2012, and who's been working hard in the Philadelphia area on a range of issues, mostly centering around poverty issues and then also homelessness. But she's actually running in a race, or she was, the election was yesterday, for the 197th district of Philadelphia, state house seat. And so she wanted to work in addition for housing rights. Her platform included education and healthcare for all, social and economic equality, an end to the war on drugs and the resulting mass incarceration, protection of immigration rights, and then also basic human rights for each of her constituents. And then to fight for policies that redirect industries away from environmental destruction and towards sustainable and renewable energy for all inhabitants of Pennsylvania. And so Philadelphia is contending with issues like fracking and things like that. And so definitely Cheri Honkala wanted to redirect her votes, her concerns, and her lobbying efforts towards renewable energy. And so, unfortunately, she's experiencing pushback, and then also election rigging and fraud occurring at the polls. And so there's a press release on the Green Party's website, and it apparently, even with less, even though yesterday during the race or during the election, that less than 3 hours in, that there were several forms of issues reported, misleading literature from the Democratic candidate, Emilio Vasquez, which implied that Green Party candidate Cheri Honkala is an outsider and a Republican, even though she has lived in that same district for years, and that she is definitely not a Republican. And then at another polling place, poll workers um, poll workers were told that they could not put up Honkala signs because this is a Democratic district, and so there's some territorial issues. And then at multiple polling places, Democratic poll workers and committee people were located inside the polling place, and they were handing out the Vasquez stamp in literature instead of being 10 feet from the entrance to the polling location as required by law. So they were actually electioneering inside the polling place. And then at a library, the Democrat supporters set up a table outside the polling place with sign-in sheets and stickers, and were giving the voters the impression that it was a party-run table where people were supposed to check in to vote, rather than the actual check-in station inside the polling place. And so, let's see. And then at a clinic, a committee man was handing out partisan materials inside the doorway to the polling place. Again, not 10 feet from the entrance as required by law. And so, let's see. The location apparently was owned by Freddie Ramirez, the first Democratic candidate for that same seat, who was kicked off the ballot because he didn't live in the district. And so there have been many issues in the past concerning that district seat, and then also during this election season as well. And let's see, another health center. And so I'm gonna actually just post a link to this press release in the description. At the time of the recording of this video, I'm not sure how the votes were tallied and whether Cheri Honkala has won, but that there were serious issues and allegations of bad behavior by members of the Democratic Party who were electioneering, who were acting suspiciously, who were kind of aggressively questioning voters who they were going to vote for as they went in and out of the polling place, and which is a form of intimidation. And so I've also talked about in the past with Jill Stein's recount how it was discovered that of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and no, sorry, out of the 3 states that she counted, Minnesota, I keep saying Minnesota. Let me start again. Wisconsin, Michigan, and then Pennsylvania. So Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, those 3 states that she recounted in 2016, it was actually Philadelphia which was discovered to be most unaccountable for their vote tallies, that there's just no way to verify the vote in Pennsylvania, that there's no paper ballots, that there's no audit trail with the machines, that people can just randomly push buttons and, it's whatever. There's no way to actually trace and audit the vote and verify the vote and recount the vote in the state of Pennsylvania. And I've also said with WikiLeaks, who has documented our election and found many issues, and the fact that WikiLeaks has also revealed that it is possible for someone to insert malware into a standalone machine, whether it's a voting machine or another kind of standalone machine, that it doesn't have to be hooked up to the internet or accessible by Wi-Fi, that all someone has to do is ensure their physical access to that machine and then insert a USB into the machine, and the malware enters the machine from that USB and it can be used to program. And so there were also accusations of someone um, looking like that was what was happening with one of the machines. So lots of things going on. I'm going to go ahead and post a link in the description to this and other information, including an endorsement of Cheri Honkala by Bruce Dixon. And hopefully the results will be known very soon, if not already, of who won that 197th district seat. Good luck.